So it's been 50 years that I've lived here in Las Vegas and yet had never been to Death Valley. Well, this morning we're going to remedy that. But unfortunately, in my enthusiasm to go to new places, sometimes I can be a little bit overbearing. And my wife really isn't a morning person. So, honey, how's things going this morning?
We're here. It's happening. Believe it or not, it's happening. What time is it? 5:30?
It is 5:48.
It's working.
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Yeah, this is it. Go! 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 Yeah, this is it. Go!
So as you leave Las Vegas, you head east on State Route 160, which is what we call over the hump to Pahrump. And although there's not a lot to see, it's really not that long a drive. You continue through Pahrump on the way to Beatty. When you get to downtown Beatty, we were able to say hi to some of the locals who were out for their morning walk. Mostly they were interested in the food. You head through the mountains and down the hill, and you're really not sure what you're going to expect. But believe me, there's really not a lot of scenery. It's pretty flat. And then you get to Death Valley. That's it. Everywhere you look, there's nothing but barren hills and dirt. There are a lot of attractions in Death Valley though. The problem that we had was that we had our dog with us. And because we had our dog, you're not allowed to take them on the walking paths to some of the excursions that you need to see. So I hiked out on one of them by myself. Although there is a lot to see there, if you have your animal with you, it restricts where you can go.
So today is Halloween Eve. What better place to go than a ghost town? So we're here in Rhyolite. It says that Frank, aka Shorty, Harris, and Eddie Cross were the first to strike gold in the Bullfrog district and named their mine Bullfrog due to the green color of the ore. The town symbol was a penguin. It represented the enigma of gold mining. As much chance of finding gold in the desert as finding a penguin. So now you know the story.
Goldfield, when the rush happened there, and they got there too late, right? And so they came south to try their luck. And they were the first to discover gold here. And they called their mine the Bullfrog Mine. We don't have bullfrogs, but the first piece of rock they found with some gold in it was a greenish piece of rhyolite about the size of a bullfrog. And so that's why they named their mine the Bullfrog Mine. And then there was the old town of Bullfrog that sprung up near their mine. It never got to be very big. It was further to the west. But then the larger town of Bullfrog was here.
And how big was that?
I'm not sure how big it got to be. I know they had at least one multiple-story building. The senator, he had everything to the south here would have been Bullfrog.
Buildings really makes you wonder what was life like back then. What kind of bad hombres were they holed up in this jail? Who was here? How long were they here? Did they die here? What did they do? There's so many questions left unanswered. You can find old vehicles there. Now that we check these out, You know, you wonder who left this truck here? What happened to everything? Really wonder what life was like back then, what the people were like. How did they cope with the heat in the summertime? There's virtually no water out here. It's just, you know, it's really upsetting to think that people come out here and destroy these buildings. This is part of our history. It's part of the history of the state of Nevada, part of the history of the United States. Life was just so different back then. Right on the outskirts of town, you find the old cemetery. These graves are so old, some of them are dilapidated. Some people have messed with, some they haven't. But how did they die? It's just such an amazing little town.